G'day, Steve Morgan, Fishing Monthly Magazines. On a typical Melbourne day here with Mark Stav from JV Marine, we have a Quintrex Renegade 460 to test. And Mark, Renegades are your bread and butter at JV, aren't they? They're a very flash tinny that can do nearly anything Victoria asks.
They definitely are, Steve. They're a very, very popular boat in Melbourne or Victoria, and they'll do anything you want. Bays, rivers, lakes. They're a great all-rounder. I've got one myself and I absolutely love it.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a little while, but let's have a chat about the test boat for today. Yep. It's the 460 and it's fitted with Mercury's 75 horsepower, 2.1 litre motor. It seems like a combination of a tried and tested hull and a tried and tested motor platform as well.
Yes, it's actually a great combination with the 75 on it. It tops out at around 32, 33 knots, so it's quite a quick little boat with a 75. Yep. Really cheap to run, and this is kitted out with all the great goodies like hydraulic steering and the 4-blade prop to really make it perform really well and steer really nicely.
Let's talk about the prop. It's a 15-inch. It's the Spitfire. It's the aluminium prop for Mercury that comes with the box. That's not an optional extra. It's just what comes with it, isn't it?
That's right, and it planes really, really nicely, and it goes really, really well with that prop.
Is the 75 the maximum horsepower that this hull can take?
Yes, it is. Yep. It's definitely quick enough with the 75. Doesn't need any more than that.
Let's talk about the trailer. It's one of the bent I-beam trailers they make up in Telwater's factory up there. In fact, a boat and trailer made in Queensland, southeast Queensland. You've been a Telwater dealer for a while now. The trailer's holding up well, the aluminium trailers?
Yes, they do. They hold up really, really well, and the I-beam trailer enables you to put it up on or get it up on the trailer or drive it up really, really easily. Yep. I had to take this out yesterday, and this boat, and it was blowing about 80 k's to the north, and the side wind was, or the side gusts were terrible, and I still got it on a pretty acute angle, and it just rides itself up and just goes straight up the trailer. It's really, really good.
What you're saying is if you're a one-person boater, you've got no problems launching and retrieving this by yourself?
No, easy done, and especially with, which you'll probably show people, the catch and release system that Quintrex have on the front of the trailer. You can do it easily by yourself.
Let's talk about inside the hull. This is a very deep gunneled boat. If you've got a young family, the kids aren't going to escape over the sides, but it does have that raised casting deck with a lot of space underneath. Is that the most popular configuration, that side console configuration? Yes,
we sell more side consoles than we do anything else. It just gives you heaps of extra room in the boat. And the boat's so wide, it's over 2.2 metres, and when you get it up on the plane, it still sits very, very level, where a lot of boats where they're a bit narrower, they do tend to lean over a little bit. This one sits really nice and level, and that Millennium blade hull cuts through the water really, really nicely.
Well, let's talk about the blade hull. Quintrex has always been the masters of stretch forming that aluminium. So explain what that does to the ride in the Renegade.
It really narrows the front edge of the boat, enabling the cutting edge to really pierce those waves. And it just handles and is very, very dry and handles really, really nicely.
Tell us about this boat you've got set up here, and the price for it's going to be down in the description below. This is one of your demo boats at work. What toys have you put on it?
Okay, well, we've got the Motor Guide IX5, which is really, really excellent for all your rivers and lakes, and even casting out in the bay here. It's got the spot lock system on it, so you can do whatever you like out here even. We've got a downrigger from Canon as well, fitted to the boat for all those people who even like kingfish fishing down at the rip. You can drop a Canon downrigger bomb down there and try for that. And we've got customised front anchor, which we've fitted so we can stand up right up on the anchor well there. It's neat.
It puts a lid on the standard rotor moulded lid, which is the normal anchor well is a little bit clumsy, I reckon. That thing is super.
Yeah, it's really, really good, and you can stand on it. We've put some skid deck non-skid deck on the front as well for ease of casting or jumping on the front there. This is factory fitted with the live bait tank as well, underfloor tank and bimini top, and an Elite 9 sounder. And
so this is sort of fitted up like anyone who's had their first tinny.
Yep.
They're tired of the one they bought for $5,000 off Facebook Marketplace.
Yep.
They want to upgrade to like the ultimate 4.5 metre tinny. This is sort of it, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I've got one myself, and I absolutely love it. And I catch whiting and all species out of it. It does everything I need and I want out in the bay here, especially the lower end of the bay. I've also got another boat that does my offshore work, but this is still capable of light offshore work as well, I think. And it's a great all-rounder and very, very popular, and you can't go wrong with a Quintrex Renegade.
Well, I think it says a lot when the owner of the dealership actually chooses this boat as his inshore boat. So so he's not BSing you when he's saying, got one of these myself, mate. Yep. I think that might have been used at the time in the industry, but you do have one of these.
Yes, I do. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah, awesome. So, look, we never believe anything the dealers say. Anyway, we go out of the water and we're going to take some running shots of this boat, maybe do a few of the fuel comparisons and some of the fuel data. We're going to come back to you with some of those performance statistics. Well, there you go. Port Phillip Bay really sort of put paid to our plans of running any of the performance numbers of that boat out there today, but I'm glad we had our stunt driver there. That was some fairly nasty stuff out the front.
Yeah, it was at least a metre. Look, the boat handles it magnificently. Really, really does.
I think when we have a look at that drone footage montage we've just seen, that it does. If you get caught in some nasty water, you've got nothing to worry about in the Renegade.
No, nothing at all. I've really, really loved this boat. I think it's the best boat in their whole range, the 4.6 metre. And you'll enjoy fishing anywhere you want to in this boat, really.
Tell us, I want a few rough water driving tips because you've spent a lot of time driving these rigs in some nasty country. How do you stay dry? Like, you're not wet now. How do you stay dry in conditions like that? Give the guys rough boat driving 101.
Oh, God. Yeah. I can't call myself an expert, even though I've been in the boating game my whole life. But the forward blade prop just keeps the nose down a lot nicer. And the blade hull is really, really dry. It really does. I make sure the motor's trimmed down so the nose doesn't go up in the air too much through the waves. And I do try to keep to the non-windage side of the water, even though you can't do that all the time. But it's just getting to feel the feel of the boat and knowing how it works. And I just make sure the trim's a little bit down on these, and it just goes through the chop with that blade hull, no problems.
I find that when dealing in windy conditions, like heading straight into the wind and straight away from the wind stops that side spray coming across. That's something that you didn't tell them there, did you?
Yeah, most definitely. It's the best way to do it. If you can do that, you'll always stay as dry as you can.
Yeah. Now, talking about handling, this is a beamy boat. Normally the way boating works is the narrower and deeper the hull, the better sea hull it is, and the broader and shallower the hull, the more stability it has. And this is a nice compromise between those two things. It's stable at rest, but when it gets nasty, it's not too uncomfortable.
No, it's a great all-rounder. You can't go wrong. It's an absolute great all-rounder.
Give us a plug. I don't normally have the dealer in the finishing bit here, but tell us about JV Marine. Are you the biggest boat dealer in the whole universe?
Most definitely. People from Mars come and buy boats off us all the time. But yeah, come and visit us at Melbourne's home of Quintrex, JV Marine, 878 Springvale Road in Brayside. You'll get a full range of Quintrex boats there. We generally have up to 80 boats in stock at any one time. So you'll see all the Quintrexes you need to see at JV Marine.
There you go. From the man himself, the stunt driver, getting this Renegade up and going on Port Phillip Bay.